Hello, and how's everyone doing today? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, if you're a returning viewer, glad to have you back, and welcome to another episode of Star Trek Resurgence. In the last episode, we talked to the portal. He agreed to help us out, and we brought him to our ship, the Resolute. We brought him to talk to Captain Solano, and to be honest, Captain Solano was pretty sarcastic to him. I didn't like that very much. Um, his ego and stuff is really starting to get to him, as you can tell, especially when we went and talked to him one on one. Rydek and Solano were talking one on one, and again, it's all about him and his career and all that stuff. We kind of put him in his place and said, look, this is more than just you. This is about the lives of pretty much everyone in the galaxy and the Federation. And he quickly changed the tune and said, "Okay, I'll stand behind you on this." And then, basically, the portal found a device that was jamming the signal on the ship. If you guys remember from episodes, and I can't remember exactly which one, but it was between episodes 1 to 3, there was some sort of like rock that was put on a shuttlecraft. I believe that's what is jamming. I think that's what it is. I think that's what's going to lead up to the story, and we're going to find out that the device that the can't even talk. The jammer device is actually the device that we found lodged in the bottom of the shuttlecraft. Could be wrong, but that's what I'm assuming. So, let's find out more. Let's grab our drinks, let's grab our snacks, and let's get into this.
Engineers would have found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder.
Okay, I thought it was the one that we picked up.
There's a lot of noise in here. I should scan the device putting out the most radiation to filter it out.
Oh, out of range apparently.
That's better. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here.
Oh, there's something over there.
A little bit of harmless radiation leakage here, but enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation. I need to find it so I could filter it out as well.
Okay, so it's somewhere over there. Or was it the screen?
Jeffrey's tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There we go. I'm getting a clear tetrametric signal now.
Okay. Oh, looks like it might be in here.
Found it.
Oh, it's not what I thought it was.
Excuse me, do you belong here? Commander Rydek. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was you. Good to see you again.
Likewise. You've been working hard?
Yes, sir. Always room for improvement, just like you said. What, are you doing back here? I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
I just need to know.
Sorry, it's not something I can go into.
Right, of course. Forget I asked.
There is one thing you can help with. Have you seen anyone else in here recently that might seem out of the ordinary? Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around. I'm here almost all the time, but maybe someone else noticed something?
Thanks, but I'll talk to Commander Chovak about it.
Okay. Well, let me know if I can be of any help. Oh, I'll leave you alone already.
I wonder if, hopefully
Come to think
not,
of it,
but, oh,
that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tylus?
That would be out of the ordinary, right?
Thank you.
I hope he's not one of them.
Maybe Tylus saw something. Tylus, can I speak to you for a moment?
Of course. Is something wrong?
There's something happening. I may need your help. This is important.
How can I help?
When you were in engineering with Dr. Duvall, did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Or anyone?
Not particularly. Why?
I found this, hidden in a compartment down there.
That's Draconian technology. Does that mean there's a Scion on board? But Dr. Duvall bioscanned everyone. Every deck, every crew member. I've seen the logs. She couldn't have been more thorough.
Could have been Miranda. It's true, it could have been Miranda.
It's entirely possible it was Miranda who planted the device before we caught her.
But we can't assume anything at this point. It could be anyone.
That includes both of us.
You want me to get scanned? Better to know for sure, right? I'll admit, I was around the Scions as much as anybody.
I would feel more comfortable if you did.
I understand.
I really hope not.
Clear.
Oh, thank
It's your
God.
turn.
Good.
Sure.
I didn't want her to.
Clear.
Don't sound so surprised.
You spend plenty of time with the Scions as well. You never know.
Let's get to it. The search starts in engineering. Whoever planted the device most likely did it within the last few hours. So I'll start by running a scan, tracking everyone who came through engineering over the last day, in reverse order.
This could take forever to sort through the number of people that were in engineering.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. Duplicates, Hotari, delegation. Yeah.
Cross-referencing this list with everyone who's traveled to Hotari.
That helps.
Non-engineering personnel.
Filtering for outliers. People who don't work in engineering.
Now this is manageable.
I'll filter out the duplicates.
Ooh, 3.
Let's see who's left.
Oh, what?
No,
Pending.
this can't be right.
Oh.
Of the people that went to Hotari and visited engineering, it could only have been Captain Solano.
According to this, he was here while you went down to Delphi Ardu 4. Which would have been the perfect opportunity. And no one would question him. He's the captain.
Oh, man. The Takan would want him? Yeah, that's true, they would.
He fits the profile for the kind of people the Takan want to bioform. People with authority that can lead to them gaining more control.
Like Galvin? The Queen?
The captain of a Federation starship. What happened when Dr. Duvall bioscanned Captain Solano?
That's just it. She never did.
How is that possible?
Something more urgent would always come up. There was nothing she could do. But performing a bioscan is the only way to be absolutely sure.
That's not going to be easy. First thing I need to do is get this device to Portal.
Be careful. And good luck.
I'll need it. I've found the device.
Interference is gone. I have located Galvin's ship more precisely. He's in the Usonia system.
So then it worked.
This whole region was one of the most sacred for the ancient Takan. What many consider the birthplace of our civilization. See these comets and planetoids in the outer orbits? Based on their current trajectory, that's Galvin's destination. And legend tells us it's the location of what was once our largest arsenal. Not that we needed it in the late stages of the Empire, but it was there as a precaution.
What kind of weapons?
What kind of weapons are in this arsenal?
It's difficult to know what would have survived from the time of the Empire, but be assured that the damage they have done so far by altering your current technology will be minuscule compared to proper Taconian firepower. If Galvin and the other Scions secure the arsenal, they will become extremely dangerous. My people had such power at the height of the Empire. The Takan were as gods, keeping absolute control over countless worlds. I must speak with them directly. However, the presence of this device is worrying. It's highly likely it was placed here by a Scion, hidden among your crew. And it is unlikely this interference device was the Scion Saboteur's only trap. If we reach Galvin and the Saboteur cripples your ship, we will be at their mercy. Even my powers will not be able to protect us. Do you know who it is? They may well do more damage if left alone.
I don't know for sure.
I don't know for sure. We're still investigating.
And we're losing valuable time. Bioforming was so rare in the time of the Empire that I am not able to detect if it has taken place. Whoever you suspect, proof is something you will have to provide on your own.
I'll have it, once I've bioscanned the person I suspect. I just need to visit Dr. Duval.
That's quite the claim. You told me you were worried about him, but I never imagined this was what was wrong.
I wouldn't be asking you if there was any other possibility.
That would explain why Solano has been too busy for a bioscan lately.
As the ship's doctor, you have the authority to declare him unfit to serve.
If you're right, this is the worst case scenario. Challenging your own captain is a tall order. Are you sure you're prepared for this? If you fail, that's it.
Honestly,
Maybe
abs-
your life.
my life. What? Was he gonna kill me? I'd honestly say absolutely. To be honest, actually, we were talking about this earlier, if you remember, about wanting him to step down and stuff. I'm gonna say absolutely because, like, even if he isn't one of them, you know, the whole this whole mission and everything is so like intertwined with his own ego. Oh, something goes wrong. Oh, I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna do this and this that. Okay, but what about the people, under your command, and especially like the shield regulation thing. Like that's a huge deal. And to hide that from Starfleet it's terrible, So I'm going to say absolutely. There's a lot of things that are adding up that just aren't good that he's doing.
I am. I have to be.
Good. You know what this is going to take. I'm in. But we can't pull this off with just the two of us. I technically have the authority to make Solano undergo a scan, but in reality, he can and will refuse to do it. We need at least another member of the senior staff to support your claim, or this could all blow up in our faces. long and hard about who you can trust.
The blood of battle. Are they trying to warp with like
Down to one
one?
reactor. I thought we'd be stopped dead. At least stuck at impulse power.
The Takan enhancements must be able to brute force limited bursts of warp output.
Yeah, but they won't get to wherever they were headed at this rate. They're just limping along now.
So where does that put us?
Maybe I can answer that.
Okay. How do I... It'd be nice if I could like... Oh, I see. I have to go all the way around. I clearly could have moved that shelf or went or climbed in between the, shelves. Okay, what am I doing here? I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Oh, here we go.
I got the ship's heading.
They've changed course. Drastically.
Looks like they're headed here. The Usonia system. They might stop there.
Can we use the Zeldi's comms to signal your fleet?
Comm systems are locked.
Grab hold!
You would think
inertial
the
dampeners
burst
can barely
would
keep
like
up.
fry the
Keep
systems.
forcing this ship to make these short warp jumps. They're going to tear it apart.
Zeldi
Yeah.
is still made by Lydian hands, despite all this Takan corruption. It will hold.
And we just gotta stay safe until Starfleet can find us.
Your people, is there somewhere you go when you die?
Life after death? No. On my homeworld, some people think they can cheat death in a way by joining with the Trill symbiont. But that's not a life to me.
What about you? Is there another plane of existence for you? With every passing battle, as I
I
get
believe
older,
in an afterlife. No
think
way to
about it.
know. We only live once. Honestly, there's no way to know.
I think there's just no way for us to know what happens after we die.
Really?
Maybe there's something more, maybe not. But I can't discount the possibility. You can't prove a negative.
Then maybe you can understand this. My people have a special journey. When Lydians die, we rejoin our comrades, family, and ancestors.
On the parade grounds of Cirella?
That is just one part of it, but yes. Death is not the end for us. So, even if some part of Itasca remains, by letting the Takan use her body, at best we are delaying the inevitable next step for her. At worst, we are leaving her as a prisoner in her own mind. You want to save the transformed. So do I.
Now that I've seen it happen, does it make me a hypocrite to say he has a point? What if we can't get them back? We can't leave them like that, right?
I think Itasca would want to be released. To think of what she could be going through right now.
Oh
It's
man.
a torturous idea.
I mean, it is merciful, but also like we can still try because we don't know. Even up to this point in the story, we don't know if they can be reversed, right? If they can be pulled back, to their former selves. So I mean, we can still try.
I know it's awful to think about, but if they're still alive, we can still try to help them. We lose that option once they're dead.
I had a sister, a a twin. It's very rare among the Trill.
You never told me that.
She was one of the youngest hosts to ever join with a symbiont. A sentient creature that lives in our body. It's considered a great honor. The symbiont can bring centuries of knowledge and wisdom to the host. But sometimes, the symbiont personality suppresses the host entirely. My sister was the closest person in the world to me. I knew she would be different after joining. But she drew more and more distant. The room we shared growing up was foreign to the both of us. And eventually she, or whoever she'd become, cut me out entirely. So I left for Starfleet and swore I'd never go back. I couldn't stand the thought of seeing her. Someone who looked like my sister. Sounded like her. But wasn't.
I mean, you should go see her again, though. Because just because they joined doesn't mean that, they're not in there somewhere.
You should try to see her again. When all this is over. Maybe things have changed for her after you've been away for years.
I couldn't go back. Not now.
You remind me of Itasca.
I do?
Bonds are not made by what runs through your veins, but the blood you spilled together. Itasca was my family in that way. I want you to know there is nothing I won't sacrifice to win this fight. But if we're lucky enough to survive, I'd be honored if you'd count me as one of your tribe.
Oh, wow.
As Itasca was.
Even a couple of engineers like us?
You are many things.
You already are. I mean, it makes sense to say that because we've already been spending a lot of time with this guy, so...
I don't need to wait that long. We've bled together. No one else will know what we've been through. That makes us a tribe. Right here.
I'll take that.
Will they not cease this madness?
What is this place?
Is that the Veskar?
Another one of yours?
Not anymore. They've corrupted it. Just like the Zeldi.
Now there are 2 ships. Did this just get better or worse?
It certainly doesn't bode well for the crew of the Veskar. So many lives stolen.
Honestly, definitely worse.
It's worse. This is definitely worse.
Thanks. That really helps.
It's true, though.
This doesn't look like the Aphelion. What are they doing here?
You don't think they're just meeting their buddies?
Maybe, but then why are their buddies here?
Prepare for transfer.
The storm. It's back.
Oh, wow, we haven't seen that in a while.
What happened?
Hold on. Scanning. Astrometric radiation is dropping. The Zeldi's dropped to minimal power levels.
It's running off just the one warp core now.
That means...
They've sent the Cartabula to that other ship.
Oh. What, they're gonna abandon this ship? Okay. So, we are going to leave this right here. Alright. Let's just take a quick look here. Okay, very good. Okay, we're gonna leave this right here. Oh man, crazy things going on. I'm kind of glad that the other guy is kind of getting closer to us. I like that. It's kind of concerning though that, the other ship, the Veskar, we met up with them and they transferred the Cartabula there. Makes me think though, are all the other members of that crew gonna go over to that ship and leave the current ship that those guys are on just dead in the water? They're just gonna leave it there and take off in the other one? Who knows? Things are getting quite interesting. If you did enjoy this episode, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun kind of stuff. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Star Trek Resurgence.